Hello everyone, my name is Naz and I welcome to you in my channel Naz Parshala. Today I am going to take CBSE class 12th Flamingo Poetry and the chapter name is An Elementary School Classroom in a Slum. An elementary school classroom in a slum. What is the meaning of elementary? Did you hear before it? Okay, that is called the primary school. Maybe you heard in the childhood, right? And the slum, that's mean a dirty kind of places, okay, where the herds are there. Okay, so first I'm going to start about the poet. Stephen Spander was born in 1909 and was died in 1995. He was an English poet and essayist. He left University College, Oxford without taking a degree and went to Berlin in 1930. Spander took a keen interest in politics and declared himself to be a socialist and pacifist. Books by Spander, including Poems of Dedication, The Age of Being, The Creative Element, The Struggle of Modern, and an autobiography, World Within World. In an elementary school classroom in a slum, he has concentrated on theme of social injustice and class inequalities. Actually, Stephen Spander was an English poet and essayist, and he left the college without taking the degree and directly went to Berlin, and where he just declared that he is interested in politics and declared as a socialist and pessimist who agree with the calmness. Okay, and books are Spender, including Poems of Dedication, The Age of Being, The Creative Element, The Struggle of Modern, and the autobiography World Within World. And he has written Elementary School in a Slum, and he just concentrate on theme of social injustice and class inequalities. You can see the classroom in civilized society, the AC room, everything just maintained and decorum. But while you will go to see the slum area schools, you will find there so much dirtiness over there. Even you have no uh, patience to be stay there. So before you read, have you ever visited or seen an elementary school in a slum? How does it look like? Have you ever seen this kind of school? So let's see how it is kind of. So let's start. Stanza 1. Far, far from gusty waves, these children's faces, like rootless weeds, the hair torn around their pallor, the tall girl with her weighed down head, the paper seeming boy with red eyes, the stunned, unlucky hair of twisted bones, reciting a father's gnawed disease, his lesson from his desk. So first, let's start with the vocabulary of this stanza. Gusty means stormy or blowing strongly. Rootless means without root. Weeds, useless, wild plants. Torn around. Here, the meaning of this is scattered around disorderly. Pallor means here pale faces, weighed down, depression due to worries. Paper seeming, looking very lean and thin, stunned, undeveloped. Here, successor, twisted, distorted, reciting, reading, and not noticed digits. So here, where the scene of the classroom, okay, the children are sitting in a classroom in a slum, where they all are far away from the stormy waves of the sea. That's mean he wants to say us that they all are away from the nature. They all are sitting in the classroom in a slum, and they all are far away from the nature. Here stormy waves of the sea. The uncombed and disorderly hair on their pale faces look like rootless wild plants. A tall girl seems depressed and her head is down with countless worries. There is a girl who is sitting down her head because of sadness, loneliness, or many uncountless, we can say the countless worries. A boy who is sitting in a very thin and his eyes like those of a rat. That's why it called a seeming rat like eyes. Paper swimming boys. Here is a thin, very lean and thin boy and with rat's eyes. That's why it is called like those of a rat. His physical growth has stopped, unfortunately, inherit twisted bones because his father was also suffering a twisted bone, inherited twisted bone disease. So he got from his father the same disease. In fact, he is not reciting lesson from his desk. Actually, he is not busy to think or listening about his lesson. He is telling about some naughty disease of his father. When you will see that boy, that time you realize that he is suffering some disease. The naughty disease is there where the naughty in the whole body you can see or appear. So that time you can see that inherit he just got the disease from his father. Stranger second. At back of the dean class, one unnoted, sweet and young, his eyes live in a dream of a squirrel's game in tree room other than this. Dim means here faintly visible, unnoted. Nobody notice him. Squirrel, one kind of animal. Tree room, place made in a tree. Okay. A sweet little child is sitting at the back of the dim light classroom. We are talking about the classroom. So there is a one boy sitting behind and the classroom, just dim light classroom. There is no much. Due to dim light in the classroom, he is unnoticed because of the lightness. Dim lightness, nobody notice him because nobody wants to able to see properly in the class that who is sitting behind. So nobody noticed him. He has dream in his eyes because every person has a dream in their eyes, no doubt. So he is dreaming how the squirrel plays in its nest on the tree. So he is sitting in the classroom and outside there a tree and just he is looking outside. A squirrel game where squirrel just play the game in nest on the tree. He also dream of such a room for himself. So he is dreaming that he is also having a one kind of room where he can just read, write perfectly like a other civilized person. The room he wants would be quite different from this dirty classroom. So he is thinking about the some cleanness of his room that where this time where he is studying in dirty classroom. So he is just imagination. He just want to get good or different kind of classroom. Stranger third. On sour cream was donations Shakespeare's had cloudless at dawn, civilized dome, riding all cities, ballad, flory, tireless valley, open-handed map, avoiding the world its word. Sour means unpleasant. Donation means things given in charity. Dawn, early morning before the sunrise. Civilized dome, here institution of the civilized world. Ballad, having bells. Tyrolese, valley means valley in Tyrol in Australia. Open-handed map means map of the world read on by the dictators and their own will. its world, the worlds as partitioned by the conquerors. The classroom wall are painted in an unpleasant cream color. So here is talking about the classroom environment, how the colors or painted are there and how everything something around. So let's see. In the classroom walls are painted in an unpleasant cream color. These walls smell cream sour and they don't look like good. Suppose if you are going to enter in that type of class and you will see the sour type of or cream colors are there and that dirtiness are there around, so how you will feel? So the items given as donation, many schools got a donation, many kind of things like fan, like a cooler, or like book, anything like a pictures of. So here is also the items given as a donation and the picture of Shakespeare's head are hanging on these walls. All these, maybe you hear that all schools have many kind of pictures are there, famous personalities like Gandhi ji, Subhash Chandra Bose, and many persons are there who just belongs to the VIP winners, yeah, maybe Maharaja and all. Okay, famous personalities, it can be a poet, it can be a freedom fighter, like this. So here is also the item given as a donation and a picture of Shakespeare head are hanging on these walls. All these things are quite meaningless to these slum children because they are not aware about the Shakespeare. Even they don't know about the outside of the world. They just know about their slum area where the endless or countless things are there, worries are there. It is morning that the sky is clear. The domes of civilized educational institutions science in all the cities. Valley of Tyrol in Australia is full of the music of church bells and fragrance of flowers. The map of this world is redrawn by the powerful people, dictators like Hitler, according to their will, but the map is quite meaningless to these slum children. These slum children don't see any place for themselves on this map because where they all are living, even they don't know there is a outside of the world, there is a nature, there is a good things are there. They don't know about the outside of world. So he why they just think or learn from the map because they don't know about the map. Is there any kind of place are there? They don't know. So for them it is a useless example or meaningless to these slum children. Stinja 4. And yet for these children, these windows, not this map. Their world where all their futures painted with the fog. A narrow street sealed in with a lead sky, far, far from rivers, caves, and stars of world. These children, that's mean children in these slum school, fog mist, thick mist, sealed in, that's mean close in, and lead sky. Here means bluish gray sky, far away from caps, places of high land stinking out into the sea. But for these children of slum, these worlds of like riches, conquests, photos of picture doesn't represent their own world because they all are confined to the windows of their class. They don't know the outside of world. They just see the classroom of the window, nothing else and nothing see outside. For them, there is the world of in their own classroom, window, that's it. Their future is dark and uncertain. They don't know even about what happened in the future. They all are bound to live in this narrow street. They have to live in dirty state because they have no choice. They don't go to the outside. They didn't see civilized person. They cannot see the world outside these dirty and unpleasant windows. Their lanes are closed in by the faded blue sky, and the word like river, caves, and stars have no meaning to them. Their fate is closed in slum. So they have to stay in the slum area because they have no choice, because of inherit or something else. They have to stay there. Surely, Stinger 5. Surely Shakespeare is wicked. The Maid a bad example, with ships and sun and love tempting them to steal, for lives that slyly turn in their cramped holes from fog to endless night. Surely, definitely. Shakespeare is wicked. Here the meanings of this phrase. For the children of slums, the portrait of the great dramatist Shakespeare is meaningless, tempting, alluring, and to steal away those comforts and run away secretly, slyly, secretly, cramped, narrow, holes, lairs, endless night, lasting darkness. So definitely the portrait of Shakespeare is meaningless to these children because they don't know about the Shakespeare. Who is the Shakespeare for them? They didn't listen before about these children slum dwellers. This world map is also quite useless for them because these children have no place in this world map, because where they all are living, that type of place is never seen in the map. So how can they see that? Why should we learn about the map? That's why it is not useful for them, useless. In this world, there are beautiful objects like shapes, love, human love, and the sun. This world is so beautiful, but it is far away from the reach of these slum children. We all know that the world is a so beautiful place where you can find good nature, good sceneries, and civilized person. Many things are there in this world if you will find love or human love in your heart. But the slum childrens, they are just far, far, far away from all these things, and they have no choice to go outside. They have to live in darkness. That's why everything is unuseful or useless for them. Therefore, these children are tempted to steal these beautiful objects from this world. Their life from their birth to death is confined to these narrow cells. Their life starts with the fog of uncertainty and ends with endless darkness of the death. So they have to, from the beginning to the end, they have to live in uncertainty and darkness till the end. Stanza 6. On their slag heap, these children wear skins peeped through by bones and spectacles of steel, with mended glass like bottle bites of stones. All of their time and space are foggy slum, so blot their maps with slums as big as doom. Slag means waste material, heap means pile, peep through, here emerging, spectacles, eyeglasses, mended glass, not in a single piece but a blend of repaired bits. Blot means blemish. Their map with places for the reach. Doom means here hell. So these children, these slum children live and wander to the heaps of waste. they have to just waste their life in the waste also. So their bones peep through their skin. Maybe you heard the famous things we almost say to someone who is suffering, thin or lean person. Suppose you are going on the way and you just saw one person like a paper seeming boy, thin. So that time you just say to that person, oh, you are taking something, oh, you are looking so thin, just see your just skeleton visible. So you have to take something. Because of hungriness they are not taking properly food, so that's why their skeleton appear to directly outside through their skin. Their bones peep through their skins, that is, they all are very lean and thin. Their repaired spectacles look like pieces of broken bottles on stones. All their time and space is spent in their foggy slums. These slums are living hell for these children. They have no choice to go outside, they have to stay in hell. These slums are a blot on this world, map of the rich and the great people. Every person knows about the slum area, but still nobody just care. They all are just talking, criticize, but they all are not doing anything for them. So he wants to suggest something, he wants to request something, that you have to do something about the slum people. Stranger 7. Unless governor, inspector, visitor, this map becomes their window, and these windows that shut upon their lives like catacombs break, oh break, open till they break the town. Here governor means here the government that opens these schools. Inspector means staff that inspects these schools of slum. Visitor, great personalities who visit this school. This map, the map of the world made by the civilized and powerful people of the world. The windows of the slum classroom which allow no light from the educated and civilized people of the society. Shut upon their lives, proves hindrance in their progress, and catacombs means underground graves. So the poet appeals to the governor, inspector, visitor, and the other person, those who are connected with the management of the slum schools, to be honest to their duty. He wants to suggest or appeal to something, that those who are connected with the school management and all, you have to take care of these all students. You have to take care of these children. They have to move outside, they have to stay some time or spend some time with nature. He asked them to bring the slum children in the real world. They should make them an integral part of the society. He wants to say as they have to, you have to make the part of the society of them, because they all are not aware of any kind of society, civilized person. They don't know. He feels and believes that in the barriers between the slums and the main society should be broken, or the slum dwellers would break the so-called civilized structure of the urban society. He wants to say us that you have to just break all the things are there in the slum area, so the urban society will not live long, and they have to just move on civilized society and civilized person. Stanza 8, and that is our last stanza of this chapter. And show the children to green fields and make their world run azure on gold sands, and let their tongues run naked into books, the white and green leaves, open history, there whose language is the sun. Here, show the children green field means take the slum children into the lap of nature. Make their world run azure on gold. Sand means here Take these children to the beach where particles of sand shine like gold in the rays of the sun, and the waves of blue azure like break on the beach. Slum laid their tongues and neck into the books. So they have to do study hard and warm in the sun. The poet appeals in the last stanza also that all person, those who are connected with the management of these slum schools, that these children must be brought out to this slum to be allowed to breathe in open air. They have to take all the student, all the children out to the nature. They have to spend some time with nature and take fresh air over there. Their world should be extended to the blue sky, rising over the golden sands. Gates of knowledge must be open for these children. So he wants to say and appeal to us that you have to allow to them knowledge also, and you have to just give them right to be educated or taking the knowledge freely. They should be encouraged to speak freely. Only those people create history whose voice has the warmth and the strength of the sun. So he wants to say us from this chapter, or the theme of the chapter is that all the slums area or primary schools are there, so you have to give chance to make them civilized person, and you have to allow them to enter in your civilized society. You make them realize there is just so much beautiful world is here, so you can spend some time with nature, take fresh air, allow them to take knowledge properly, or allow them to speak freely so they can create the history. So here is the questions of multi-choice question, so you can solve it. Okay. Okay, thank you for watching. For more updating videos, please subscribe Nas Pathshala. I hope so you enjoy this video. If you like my video, please hit the bell icon for more updating videos, and do share, like and subscribe my channel Nas Pathshala. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.